Hello there. Like Simon Cowell's conscience and whoever's in charge of clearing snow off runways, we've been off on our traditional Christmas break, but we're back now, and boy, have we got European headlines for you. Let's sum up some of the major stories. In Italy, Benitez went, Leonardo arrived, and Antonio Cassano signed for Milan, because they're like one moody mercurial star with an eye for the buffet. In France, meanwhile, Ligue 1 won't be back for another week, so poor old L'Equipe have been reduced to having long reviews of their year. It went badly. Surveys about how Arsenal might do in 2011. They won't win the title. And a long series that they call Comment vivent les footballeurs, how footballers live. And the Chelsea backline there, by the looks of things. Inside footballers, they reveal, like buying expensive watches, investing in property, buying 4x4s, and fashion, or as they put it, dong de franc. The French. Now, over in Spain, there's some big news, and it's called Ricky Kaká. Kaká turning up last week at the Bernabeu in a box in the cupboard they were using for their Christmas decorations. Like said decorations, Kaká is angelic, sits nicely in a Christmas tree, and only gets an outing of late about once a year. Amazing, really, to think that not long ago he was the last word in footballing excellence, but then his move to Madrid saw him eclipsed by the devilish Cristiano Ronaldo and then hit by a series of injuries. Ricky, indeed, spending the last 240 days out with a succession of groin and meniscus problems. Now, though, Kaká is back, and that, says Marca, is reason to be cheerful, like being in my nuddy. He made his return on Monday in a league match with Getafe, in which he ran around for 10 minutes and kicked the ball a bit too, all of which was enough to shoot Ricky right to the top of the transfer tittle-tattle pile once more. Some papers had him heading to Manchester. Others had him going to Inter Milan in exchange for Maicon. All very interesting. But the number 10, whose rights are, of course, still very much owned by Jesus, says that he's intent on staying put at Madrid until the summer at least. Unless Blackburn Rovers come in with an offer for him. Now, other transfer headlines, well, Sport have this old friend, 45 million for Cesc. Not to align that from Wayne Rooney's tax return, but the return of the Fabregas to Barcelona story. Any news on that, if it ever happens? Busiest country, though, news-wise, over the Christmas period has been definitely Germany, where there have been plenty of stories. Let's see. Bild think 35 million for Edin Dzeko is perfect. Bild also think that Bayern Munich president Uli Hoeneß, Bob's brother, deserves congratulations after speaking out this week and taking a very real pop at Sepp Blatter's World Cup farrago. Said Uli Hoeneß, football's good image is being ruined. Clearly these days a World Cup candidate can only be successful when additional payments are made under the table. It's time the strong federations from Germany, England, Spain and France start to clean things up. Well, bravo, says Bild. The only slight problem with his rant being the fact that the Bundesliga itself currently has its own massive corruption scandal brewing. This courtesy of the former St. Pauli striker René Schnitzler, who's admitted this week to accepting bribes to fix second division matches in Germany. The player, who's now in the 5th tier of the German game, says that 2 years ago he took over 100,000 euros in bribes to throw 5 matches. The only complication being the fact that he kept getting dropped for the games in question. Rotten luck. Not the first such scandal, this, that we've seen in Germany, and so René's allegations, Schnitzler's list, have only rated minor headlines. Let's see, Bild, somewhere here, have it's a Schnitzler storm. Süddeutsche, meanwhile, has a very dry report, which I've buried at the bottom of the pile, saying 100,000 euro kickback. Club here, St. Pauli, calling it a kick in the face and saying that they will cooperate fully with the police's investigation into René's confession. So, poor chap, having previously been rolling in bread, he is now well and truly into the frying pan. As is traditional, of course, for a Schnitzler. Well, on that note, that's where we come to the end of today's lightning-fast European paper review. We'll be back next Friday with a more considered, in-depth affair, so do join us then.